Mutexes in Go are used to provide synchronization between multiple goroutines, ensuring that only one goroutine can access a shared resource at a time. And this prevents race conditions, which can occur when two or more goroutines attempt to read or write to a shared variable simultaneously. In Go, we have the sync package, which provides a mutex type that you can use to lock and unlock critical sections of code. And in this example, we're going to demonstrate how to use a mutex in Go. If we look at the main function, we declare the number of goroutines as 100, and we increment the wait group counter to 100 by using waitGroup.add and passing in the number of goroutines. And then going from 0 to 100, we spin up goroutines that are running concurrently with respect to one another and the main function by using the go keyword and then passing in the name of the function that we want to invoke, called increment. We defer waitGroup.done to ensure that once this incremented goroutine finishes, we are decrementing the waitGroup counter by 1. And so once all 100 goroutines complete, the waitGroup counter will return to 0 and waitGroup.wait will unblock. So this is the critical section of code. Notice that up here in the variable section, we declare a mutex using sync.WaitGroup, and this mutex is going to be used to lock and unlock critical sections of the code to ensure that only one goroutine modifies the counter at a time. And the counter is a simple integer variable. So after we defer waitGroup.done, we call this piece of code mutex.lock, and this acquires the lock before accessing the shared variable, which is the counter integer in this case. So now we can modify the shared variable counter by incrementing it by 1. And after that, we are able to call mutex.unlock. So once the modification is done, we call mutex.unlock, and this ensures that other goroutines cannot modify counter until the current goroutine has completed. So this is the critical section of code, and a mutex.lock acquires the lock to prevent other goroutines from accessing the variable, and then mutex.unlock allows this lock to be acquired by other goroutines. So as I mentioned before, we have this concurrency control mechanism called a wait group, sync.WaitGroup. And this ensures that we can wait for all the goroutines to finish. What this does is it ensures that the main function does not exit before all the increments are complete. It's actually blocked on this call to waitGroup.wait. One important thing to note is that without this sync.Mutex, multiple goroutines could simultaneously increment the counter, leading to inconsistent results. So by locking this critical section, only one goroutine can modify the counter at a time, and this ensures accurate counting. So some of the key points to note in this example is that the lock acquires the mutex and prevents other goroutines from entering the critical section. The unlock releases the mutex and allows other goroutines to acquire the lock and to proceed. It's actually very common to defer the unlock right after the lock call, and this ensures that the mutex is always unlocked even if a panic occurs within the critical section. So in this case, we could do something like this: defer mutex.unlock. And so if a panic occurs, this code would be resilient to that. And so to summarize, this mechanism is guaranteeing that shared variables are being safely modified in concurrent programs by serializing the access to them.